Welcome back to Carolina Saltwater Living, y'all. Today I'm going to be putting something on the back of the tractor that should help me hooking up implements just a little bit easier. You already know what I'm talking about. It's one of these quick hitch deals. Company reached out to me, Garvee, about putting one on the back of the Kubota and seeing what I thought. So I told them I would take a look at it. I'd put it on my tractor and see what I think. There's expensive ones. There's some that aren't as expensive. None of them are really cheap. So we're going to see, how does this thing stack up to my Kubota? It's in the box. We're going to get it unboxed as soon as I get some equipment out of the way so I can get to the tractor. Today is going to be all about unboxing it. Is there any putting together that we have to do? I hope not, because I've never messed with one of these things, so I really don't have any clue as to what I'm doing. And we'll get it mounted to the tractor, see how it hooks and unhooks from something. That'll be today. I'll show you using it, actually dragging an implement on another video, but today, let's get it hooked up, see what I think. Now, I don't really know what I'm doing, so we're going to be learning this together. I've never had one of these quick hitches. When I bought the tractor, golly, be 6 years ago, but no, be 7 years ago, this coming October. I believe that's right. These things were on the market then. But it was like $600 or $700 for the Land Pride version. And I realized that it is probably built a lot stronger than it needs to be, which I always try to buy implements that are. But this is one of those items that you don't have to have, but if you're going to spend much time hooking up stuff, you're probably going to wish you had. So that's why this thing's sitting here right now. I always kind of wished I had one. And when Garvee reached out and wanted to know if I'd use one on the channel, at first I told him yes, then I told him I've changed my mind, because basically I didn't feel right about getting something in the mail for free of this kind of value, not knowing if it'd get a lot of use. But they said, look, we get it. We still want you to do it. And I said, all right. So we appreciate Garvey sending this thing out. Let's get into it, get this thing hooked up, and just see how it works. Right out the gate, I'm noticing some of the bolts shook loose and shipping. I got one here. Looks like it goes on each side here. I'm hoping the other one is still in the box and not somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Or would that be just Pacific. Fortunately, I found the nuts. They didn't fall out of the box. There were some holes in the box. One was stuck on one side of the machine in a little pinch point. So fortunately, the nuts are here. Could probably use a little bit of Loctite. And before I use this thing too much, I'll put some Loctite on the nuts. Once I have set this thing where it needs to be, it came from the factory with this upper hook right here, and it's almost in the top holes. I'm not sure where it's going to need to be yet. I've never used one of these things. So it looks pretty straightforward. Looks like I pull out some pins, hook it up to my 3-point, and you're good to go. All right, flip this thing around. It weighs, I want to say it weighs 67 pounds, this particular unit. Get these pins pulled out, put those back in there. As soon as you drop something in the sand, it's gone eventually. I was telling Lisa I want to get some gravel put down in the shop here. Cut down on my dust load if nothing else. The dust does drive me crazy. Come on out of there. Pull these two little pins out. Hang on to that. Line her up here. See if I can get this thing in here. Number one. And what did I do with the stinking pin? There it is. Number one. Pretty easy. Two here giving me a little trouble. Oh, there we go. Get down here on the knee. Laying it down seems to be the best way to go about that, to get the bottom one hooked up. All right, now for the top link. Okay, that was not hard at all to get this thing hooked up. I like that it has a 2-inch receiver here if you want to move a trailer around or something. I wish that it had a larger receiver. You know, like a commercial truck size. My ton truck is, I think it's 3.5 inch. Might be 3 inch. I can't remember now, but it takes a bigger receiver. You can always step them down to get into this smaller. That way I could move my equipment trailer around. But for somebody that has just a standard 2-inch receiver hitch, need to move a boat around or anything like that, I believe this thing is rated for up to 3,000 pounds. Looking at the welds here, they appear to be sufficient. Looking at the welds, fairly clean, not much spatter. I do not know where these things are made at as far as factory goes, but the welds appear to be sufficient. I don't see any cracks in them. Looks to be sufficient. I don't know what gauge steel it is either. Could not tell you that. But everything looks pretty beefy. I do notice that the little dogs, if you want to call them that hold your attachment in place, look like they're about 1/4 inch steel. Sufficient, I would say, for the home gardener, the homesteader. I'm not really sure how this thing will perform if you're trying to rip a stump out with the teeth on your scarifiers on your box blade. We'll just have to wait and see. As time goes on, I'll use it on a bunch of different things, and I'll let you know what I think. Not sure if you can see this, but it says in the insert that's with it here, my finger's not in the way, grade 50 structural steel. That's what it says it is. I don't know if the entire implement is that, but that's what it says on here. So let's see if we can hook up that land leveler from Catawba Attachments. took me a few minutes, but I finally got it to sit down in like it's supposed to. Flush with the bottom of the U. The problem I was having was my top link wasn't adjusted properly. But it's sitting in there like it's supposed to. All right, I got it completely hooked up, leveled out. I almost feel like, I don't know if you can see down in here, like it could use a bushing to kind of beef that up to make it fit that U shape a little bit better. At the top it seems fine with this implement, but my linchpins, feels like maybe it needs a bushing. I mean, it's tight on there. I don't know, working with it's gonna be the test. So far, y'all, as far as simplicity of design, this thing's very simple. I like how easy it was really to hook up. It took me a few tries. First time I've ever used one. It does sit your implement back about 5 more inches further behind your tractor, which is going to affect your lift capacity. But really, in the scheme of things, it's not going to hurt it, I don't think. We'll do some testing on this thing as time goes on, but y'all check out the Garvee link in the description. You'll be able to see if it's something that maybe you want to try on your tractor. There's plenty of these quick hitches out here. We're just grateful that Garvee said, hey, we want Carolina Saltwater Living to use one and put it on video. So this is your introduction to it as far as hooking it up, hooking up an implement. In a few weeks, as the weather gets better and I need to work on the road again, we'll see this thing in action, actually out here working on the road. I'll hook up the box blade to it, see how that does. And at some point we'll get to that bush hog. That's the one that's hard to hook up, y'all. Everything else is pretty easy to hook. The bush hog is hard. Fortunately, all of my implements are quick attach compatible. So if you have some quick attach compatible implements and you're tired of fighting with something to get it hooked, I can already tell you this is going to be pretty easy to do. As far as longevity, we'll find out because I'll be using this thing at work and around the house. Guys, y'all have a good day and a great week. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise too high. We will see you on the next one.